It's 5 p.m. somewhere. So race me to the bottom of the bottle, releasing all our sorrows. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. It ain't gotta be here, but let's toast to all the things we've grown through. It's 5 p.m. somewhere.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. And today we're having a new segment to the channel that I would like to call Bottom of the Bottle. It is where we interview interesting people while taking shots. And today I have my first guest, Krishna, or you may know her as Mama Sugar. And she has developed a huge following on TikTok. You're at about what, 37k followers now? That's impressive. Thank you. Are you ready for the shots? Yes. Are you a big lover of alcohol?
I'm a big lover.
Huge lover. Alright, so we'll take a shot first, ask questions, and we'll continue until we finish. I feel like you're not really have to talk about what if you do, you have stuff that you can use to chase and everything. So this is our first shot. I call it apple tart. It's so apple liqueur and cranberry. So since the shots start off weak, the questions start off a bit harder. So we're starting off with harder questions and then right? Alright, so I've seen you have a couple TikTok videos where you're speaking against the violence that women and children face in Jamaica. What do you think that our officials need to do to make Jamaica a safer place?
Wow. Alright, but it is a serious issue. I saw an article saying that Jamaica is one of the happiest places, but I'm saying for who? Because Jamaicans were not exactly experiencing that happiness. I mean, we're happy people, but the violence and crime has gotten to an all-time high, especially towards women, and you're mostly seeing the most insidious acts, like setting women on fire and burning them down. And I'm just thinking that men had from an earlier age, maybe a rehabilitation center for adolescents in the inner city, where they show them what it's like, masculinity, not to be too fragile about it, and just support the men a little bit more. Because a lot of men are saying it's not all men, but women, we don't have the time to figure out which man is doing this. Right. So if we had more of a support system for the men as they're growing up, for the young boys as they're growing up, to show them what it's like and how to express their feelings so they don't internalize this and take it out on the women in the society. So it's more like that. That's where I wanted to. That would be a good way to channel all of the violence.
Okay. Good. All right. Since COVID-19, there's been a lot of talk about marriages because spouses have to be spending a lot of time together. A lot of people end up getting divorced and splitting up. What has been your experience?
I'm stressed. Well, it's not really all the time together. It's all the time that we don't get to spend together because Japanese people, they work very hard to do that. They're the smartest. And before COVID, we worked 16 hours. So there's less time now, but it's more jam-packed. It's more like that it's harder for them. So you have to, give them that time, but then you're at home with the kids all day and you need that time. So we're both fighting for the time. So yeah, it can be stressful.
But not at the point where you're like, I'm over this,
I'm running away. No. We can do it. Because I only have one, so I can't imagine more than one.
Alright, so now we move on to the next shot. This is called Barbie. Cranberry juice, orange juice, and 2 types of liquid. Coconut rum. Why did you decide to start making TikTok videos?
It was great. I needed something to pass the time, I guess. And TikTok was very fun because it allowed you to express yourself in a different way. Once you found what your content, what your platform was about, you could get into the groove of it. I really enjoyed that. Besides, most of my content is about Japanese stuff, mixed with the Jamaican, and you don't find many people here in Jamaica who are interested in Japanese stuff. So on TikTok, I feel like I can find my people.
Okay, and where do your people tend to come from?
Jamaica. Which is surprising, but you gotta find them in that little minority right there.
How do you decide what kind of content to do that you're going to put on?
I did a skit first because I loved literature growing up and I used to act a lot. So I did a skit first, and then I realized if I just incorporate my actual stories, they aren't fake stories, they're just my stories, and I just tell them. And I go through a lot of deleting. I'm like, will Jamaican people find this funny? And if I see it reach a certain amount of views in a certain timeline, so okay, I'll leave it.
Oh, so you put up stuff on TikTok and then you take it down?
Yeah, I take it down. I'm not going to do it. It's a trial and error.
How many views do you typically get? What is the amount of views you aim for to say, okay, this is good enough to stay?
Well, I still have a small following to like 5,000. You can see like it's stuck at around 5,000 for at least 2 weeks. I know that TikTok probably has it stuck in a little pool that it's not getting the right people to see it. So I either think maybe I have to do it in a different way, try and change the way I present it, and try again.
Okay. So for example, what is a video that you put up, seeing the listening amount of views and then redid it about what's the difference in the views and all of this?
I think there's one where I'm doing a cursing at my husband, but I think it's the caption. I'm not sure if they read the caption properly, so I had to change the caption. And at the time, it went to 2,000, and then I changed the caption, and it went to 25,000 within the space of 5 hours by changing the caption.
So it's really a lot of trying.
A lot of
So you can just go on TikTok with some up and leave it.
I mean, it depends if you're just savvy like that, but I don't think I am because of the content. Because as I say, there's a minority that are interested in the Japanese stuff, or some people just be like, oh, that. You know what I mean? So if you change the caption and get the right music behind it, it will go to the actual people that it's supposed to.
Okay. This one I call fire coconut. We have fire whiskey, coconut rum, and lime juice.
That one had a time to it.
Yeah. So, liquor. So how long have you been teaching yourself Japanese?
Well, I fell in love with the language at night, but I didn't have like internet or stuff like that, so it's mostly just watching anime and just trying to catch the pronunciation. But I started Yui in 2016, 2016 semester, and I've been learning since professionally.
Okay. And then since you've left Yui, how have you practiced it?
I'm a little lazy because of COVID, but I mostly practice my kanji because for me, listening and speaking isn't really my problem. It's more about the reading, catching the kanji. And once you catch that, you set sail. But kanji takes a while. Even Japanese people struggle with it.
Okay. So having a Japanese husband has made learning Japanese easier?
It has made it much harder. It has made it much harder because he's really in love with Jamaican culture. So if I'm asking him to say something in Japanese, he'll be like, wait. What is Jamaican first? He's like, he gotta get the Jamaican fine and then get the English, and then he'll be like, okay, now. But at that point, we've already gone through so much. You know?
Okay, so do you think he loves Jamaican culture more or you love Japanese culture more? Who do you think is on?
It's a basket right there. The other day, I said to him, when I die, I want my ashes to be spread around Mount Fuji. He's like, how do I do that? I want mine on Blue Mountain. So we're tit for tat right there. The love is around the same.
That's crazy.
Or I think him more because he's lived here for over 20 years now.
Okay. Does he have any plans to go back to Japan?
He has his plans to die here in Jamaica.
And you have your plans to die
To be over there.
That might
clash.
Yeah. So it actually follows up my question. I said, is it safe to say you're obsessed with the Japanese culture?
Yeah, it's safe to say. Well, I mean, I'm a little obsessed with a language that allows me to express myself. I feel like I can be more expressive with the Japanese language. And I feel like overall, not just my sense of fashion, but like my way of thinking, the kind of introverted kind of thing. I know Jamaicans were more in your face, and we speak our minds, and the Japanese are more, receding. So I feel like I kind of, that resonates with me.
Okay. So this is called blue kamikaze, blue carousel, vodka, black juice. Alright, with that interruption, let me ask you a question. I heard that I'm using scatter, very scatter, in your TikTok videos. Is that a decision that you need to not really put her on camera too much?
I want to put her on camera, but at the same time, I still have in the back of my mind to just be careful because Jamaica is small,
Right.
And I also, if I'm doing a video with her, I want her inside or not really disclosing exactly where the location is because at the end of the day, I'm still a woman and she's still a child and we're the prime targets here. So just want to be careful.
Can definitely understand that. What's your favorite alcoholic beverage?
That would have to be second.
Right.
You saw that coming.
We don't even know why we're wasting so that question. What is your favorite thing about Mr. Show?
My favorite thing about him is that I'm not sure how he does it, but there's a time when they actually connect in terms of like feelings. Like I'd be sitting home and I say, I want this, but I don't know if I should ask him because it's coming from work and he's tired. And we come home with that exact same thing that I want. And it just always surprises me. I feel like we're the same people, just with the age gap and the culture gap. That's the only difference. We have a lot in common.
Was the age gap ever a problem?
Not for me. For him, when we met, he asked how old I was, and he was 18. I thought you were at least 26. Because I was going to work as in work clothes, and he's like, I like you, but I 2 years later, he comes back and he's like, I still like you. I don't know, because he was just there waiting. And I was like, it's not a problem for me. So, that's this.
Alright, this one. Romantic you. Romantic you. Do not know. It's probably the answer to that. Whoa!
Like this way, like, woo! 0 to 100. Woo!
Yeah. Alright, so some would you rather questions. Okay. Would you rather never be able to speak Japanese again or farting every time you spoke?
Farting every time.
You prefer
I can't do
Crop.
that with Japanese.
those things every time you say something?
So you put me in a rock and a hard place.
I heard that there are wines involved. I saw that TikTok video with all the wine. Well, like, while sitting in the background and you're like, it's not a lot. Okay. Would you rather never drinking wine again or getting drunk every time you took a sip?
Never drink. I can't. I'm a mother. I can't get drunk.
Well, that's very responsible. Very responsible answer. I don't know if I would do that. So maybe I need to reevaluate my life. Hey. This is supposed to be the Jamaican lecture. I know, awesome name. And it is Kingston 62 or African 62 and white one. Right. With a splash of which is very good. A splash of soda to be that information. Alright. Yeah.
You plan from the door.
I delved into the comment section of TikTok, and I am seeing that a lot of people, like every other comment is like, when are we getting part two of when she was to release the version of how you met. How does it make you feel that his video is one of the top ranking videos on your TikTok?
Well, I feel very good about it because it's a good way to like invigorate him to do it, because he was very like, he would say no, they wouldn't be that interested in seeing me. He's not a very confident person, so I have to tell him no, they do like it. He'd be like, how much did your video get? And then how much did his get? And I told him his one, and he's like, I have to wait until my face looks nice, until I dye out the gray hairs. And I'm like, they don't care about that, just do it. For the part two, he definitely wants to do it. He just wants to be physically ready in terms of appearance.
Yeah. Alright, so I saw someone tweet, me trying not to look at Mr. Sugar and he's Japanese because I watched his wife video with him on TikTok and feel like we know them like. Have you ever had any awkward experiences with any of your followers that you see like just in day to day?
I see a lot of them when I'm going to the supermarket, or if I'm in my Devon house, or just basically all with Amy. And I always think to myself, they always catch me in mom mode. So it's not the same mode exactly as TikTok. Because TikTok, I'm in my creative or crazy mode. When they see me in mom mode, I'm always like, oh God. So they see me and they're like, I know you. And I'm like, oh God. Not while I'm looking like this, no. But I mean, I'm okay with it either way, because overall it's just me.
Okay. I know we're down to the final shot. I'm calling from 5 p.m. I'm going to call 5 p.m. somewhere. And this, I will not be able to tell you everything that it is that I was doing. There's vodka, there's gin, there's Johnny Walker, there's rum, and there's something else because I know it's five of them. I can't say the word for this right now.
Yeah, since it's the last one, we can say kampai. Kampai. Cheers.
Mix it.
Which is strong, but this one was the strongest.
I've seen where persons have asked you if you ever intend to teach or when they're like, we intend to do that. So when can we expect? Are there any solid plans to do that yet? Or
that's actually one of career-wise, that's a goal of mine. I was supposed to be in Japan and I wanted to get accredited because there's an exam, but it's not in Jamaica. It's called JLPT, and once you reach level N1, then you're basically qualified to work in Japan without any worries, because they just know you're that fluent, both kanji-wise and in speaking. And I just feel like I felt like I'd be more comfortable teaching other people once I reach that level. Because right now I'm not in through it. So I can continue like a normal conversation, but if it gets too topical, if it gets too specific, I'm not sure how well I will do. So I just don't feel very confident teaching the people if I know that I'm not at that level yet. So that's more of a me situation. I could still teach hiragana, katakana, vocabulary, and just up to a certain level, a good level that I know my TikTokers would be interested in. But I also just want them to know that I'm not fluent, like perfectly fluent. And because of that, it just has me, I just take a little step back because I'm wondering. I know if you want people to teach, you want them to know exactly what they're doing. Right. So sometimes I get a little worried as to whether I can or cannot do that.
What are the future plans for you? Is there anything that we should look out for? Are you, is there anything special you have in mind, or?
Well, I definitely do want to start teaching, and I mean, in the future, like within a 5-year gap, I don't know if you'll see me looking up by then, but you won't be able to miss it, because I do plan that when I started, I want to open my own school. It's both for the Japanese, the English. Anyone who's interested in learning Japanese, it will be there. And while attending uni, I have a lot of friends who study Chinese and Korean too. Won't just be Japanese. It will be the Asian languages. Or those 3 Asian languages for now. Because I do have a lot of friends who have the same thing in mind. And they're still in Japan, so they're even more equipped to help. So I definitely do want to open a school for Jamaicans and Japanese that are in Jamaica to learn that.
So that's our favorite.
Yeah, well,
Sure, you're coming back.
definitely. I need to come back because a lot of Japanese people come to Jamaica. And it's not just for the culture, they actually do want to speak to Jamaican people, but they're so shy. And they don't think that the first thing that Jamaican people would be studying is Japanese. So they're always in disbelief. The most I hear every time I speak Japanese to a person is, no, Jules in this way, they're like, wow, your Japanese is good. It doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be the fact that you're learning. What they don't know is a lot of Jamaicans are very interested in the Japanese language. So I just want to give them that opportunity to speak it without any words.
Yeah, I mean, I think Japanese is that's besides the point. Just like you know, I won't be a first year. All right, so what did you think of the shots?
This was really good. I had a lot of questions for you. I liked all of them. Some stuff you really think.
I'm gonna try sometimes. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Number 2, if you're not following her on TikTok, it's Sugar Mama Sugar. And yeah, her TikToks are very interesting, so definitely check her out if you haven't heard of her before. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Always drink responsibly. And the only limit is the bottom of the bottle. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
I felt about it, but I'm not sure if I have the video quality and the right equipment to do
It's 5 p.m. somewhere.